And those brackets that they make up for the champions are really nice. They cut them in the shape of the state of Kansas and paint them on there, and they really do a good job with this here at Fort Hays.
Well, as you said earlier, this is the moment that is the payoff for all the months of hard work and effort that these gentlemen have put in to reach this point, to get here to Hays, Kansas, and the state championships.
That's right. It's really important to them.
Well, we're ready for the 112-pound match now. Hirohito of Wichita County. Leota will be taking on Shannon Wilson of St. Francis. As I said, Rito coming in 27-3 and Wilson coming in 15-4. Wilson won yesterday in overtime over Pat Moser of St. Mary's.
Yeah, that was a tough match. Moser took second here last year in the state tournament, and Wilson wasn't here. So that was a big upset for Wilson to come in here and be able to beat Moser like that in an overtime. And he's taking it too, Rito. He's not going to back off and concede anything here, even though Rito beat him last week. And that's what you like to see in these kids. But Rito's got a good double leg there, and he's going for the pin. He's got the half in. You get that chest down into him. He's got him on his back. He's getting the count.
Rito picking up the back points now.
Tell you, this kid's a good wrestler.
Shannon Wilson not in a very good situation. Rito seems to be in control early on in this match. 1:13 on the clock. He looks like he's going to work for that pin. He wants that pin early on.
Rito's sinking that thing in there tighter, but now Wilson's got his arm inside. He may be able to turn out of it. There he goes. But Rito's got the 3 points, and here comes a reversal. So Wilson's not about to lay down and say, okay, you got me.
This is going to be a good match. Shannon Wilson.
Escape by Rito, back into the double leg again, and another takedown. And trying to go to the back again, but they get off the mat.
Shannon Wilson certainly isn't going to lay down and die for anyone, is he? He's really putting his all into this match. Wilson from St. Francis on the board now. He'll be representing the home score, as you saw there on the screen. He has 2 points, and Jairo Rito of Leota, the visitor, with 8 points. Rito in the top position now in the black and white singlet. Picked up some early back points and was going for an early pin. It looked like he might get it, but Wilson able to break out.
Well, if Wilson was going to lay down for anybody, it would have been last night, because that was a tough match, and he hung in there, and you got to give him a lot of credit. He's a good wrestler, and he's going to keep going till the end here. It's not going to be give it 2 minutes and give up.
Well, these two guys are familiar with each other and familiar with each other's style, and I don't think that either one of them thought this was going to be an easy match. We're out of time in the first period. Jairo Rito on the board with 8 points, and Shannon Wilson with 2. 8-2 the score as we go into the second period.
Like I used to tell the boys when I was coaching, the easy ones all stayed home this weekend. Some guys make it look easy, but okay, we've got a caution there for Wilson. He moved that arm on the elbow just a little too soon.
Wilson in the top position, of course. Rito will be on the bottom as we go into the second period.
It's hard to imagine. Rito's lost 3 matches this year. He lost to that Isom boy from Lamar, Colorado, to Matt Brown from Pratt, who's one of the toughest 4A wrestlers, and to Jim Perry from Manhattan. And Rito's just got a couple
more points for the escape.
Plus he got a penalty point for locked hands there as they came down to the mat. Wilson had his hands locked and he got penalized for it.
Well, Rito's picking up the points, 11-2 now the score. Shannon Wilson getting into a hole. He'll be in the bottom position. 1:35 on the clock, second period.
We got a 9-point spread here, and remember, technical foul now is a 15-point spread. So Rito is trying for that. If he can turn him a couple more times, he can do that. But of course, Wilson's goal is to keep his base and not let that happen right now.
Rito trying to flip Wilson over and pick up those points. 11-2 on the scoreboard. the clock at 1 minute in the second period.
Rito's going to try for that head in the back cradle. It's not going to work. Wilson comes to his feet out of it, so he's close to that escape. Tried to hit the switch on the way down, couldn't get his hips out of it quite enough.
(11-2), just 35 seconds left in the second period. Rito trying to make something happen here and pick up a couple of more points in this second period. But Wilson certainly not giving up that base.
Coming out. Of course, Rito's able to step over there and save it, and he's going to pick up some back points if he can hold him, but he can't hold him long enough to get it. The key there is he's got to have his shoulders, one on the mat and the other within a 45-degree angle, or both shoulders within 4 inches of the mat in order to get that count. And if you don't get that close, you don't get the count. Even though your back might be exposed to the mat, in freestyle wrestling, all you have to do is expose it, break the 90-degree with it. But here, it's got to be a 45-degree angle.
Well, there you see the somewhat lopsided score as we go into the third period with Jairo Rito 11 points and Shannon Wilson with 2.
Rito gets another double leg. He's got to get out to the side and establish his control before he gets the points. There's really no control here now. They're both kind of 50-50 on it. Rito's in the better position. If I were going to be one of the two, I'd rather be Rito than Wilson right now because of the position. But if Wilson can get his legs out, get his hips back, he'll save himself. And the referee calls a stalemate, saves it for him.
We were expecting that to happen. Rito is very happy to play this game. He doesn't mind this at all as the clock runs down. 1:28 in the third period.
Yeah, Rito's he's in the catbird seat right now. He doesn't really have to do a whole lot. I don't think we're going to see him back up and start running yet, but he's in a pretty good position right now. You notice he's still shooting in after those takedowns. And of course, Wilson put him in a little bit of a problem situation there, but Rito looks like he's going to be able to come out the back door, and he's got the takedown. He's got back points coming. As long as he's on his elbows like that, they'll continue to count the back points. So there's 5 more points. That'll make it 15-2, which will be a 13-point spread. And
we're very close to a technical fall.
Right. If he turns him once again, he'll have
one more point. Rito's showing some
16,
strength.
Yeah, 14-point spread. And there we go. We're going to have at least a technical fall if we don't have an actual fall. Rito's got him
very
backed
close.
Up pretty tight there. He's pretty tight down. 30 seconds is a long time to fight that, but if he can come out of it, he'll save that 1 point. There it is.
Yes, he got the fall.
Excellent job by Jairo Rito there.
Really showing his strength there. And the last few seconds of the third period, he gets the fall with 20 seconds left in the third.
Now, Rito was a state champion last year, but he's a much improved wrestler over last year. He wouldn't have won this match last year, I don't think. But this year, he was just in total control.
Well, I really don't have to ask, but what does that do for Wichita County's position as far as scoring?
It puts it out of reach.
That's what I thought. Wichita County sitting in a very comfortable position now with the fall. Rito getting the fall over Shannon Wilson. We'll see that in slow motion here, Fred.
See, Rito's got his hips up a little bit right now, so Wilson's able to fight that pin off. But when Rito gets his hips down and gets back over the chest there, then it goes down all the way. Okay, we've got our top 6 place winners at 106 pounds. In 6th place is Kurth Lancaster of Kinsley, who was a regional champ last week as a freshman. Adam Sumner in 5th place from Royal Valley. Or Rossville, I'm sorry. In 4th place, Todd Holmes from Silver Lake. Jason Howard of Halstead in 3rd. Preston Bellmeyer from Caney Valley getting his second place medal, and Scott Jenkins, of course, from St. Francis with the championship.
And here comes Scott Jenkins winning his match over Preston Bellmeyer. The final score 5-2. It's Scott Jenkins being pulled down there out of. Hey, he doesn't seem to mind that hug at all, does he? Congratulations to Scott Jenkins, the champion in the 106-pound weight class.